champs, this is the latest version of Windows. It is called the Spring Creators Update. It is due out April the 10th. As you can see here, if I just click here, you'll see the new feature here, timeline. You can go back like 30 days in your history. You got your multitasking here, and underneath you have your browsing history and stuff like that. Very cool feature. How else can you tell? If you just go to all settings, you can see like if you hover over stuff, you get that little box around it, stuff like that. There's just a whole bunch of things underneath the hood. Now you can get this now. I'll show you how to do it. But before I tell you how to get it, I'll just show you here that I actually have, if I go to system here, I have it running here, Windows 10 Pro for workstations. Now this is a new version of Windows released like with the last release of Windows, I think it was. This is different to Windows 10 Pro. It's got some extra features over Pro, and one of the things it has is, I'll show you here. Let's go to this new timeline. Let's have a look. Now this you can only get on this version of Windows, the Windows 10 Pro for workstations. Before, high performance was the best, but now you have ultimate power. Now I did actually test it on Geekbench, like before and after. I changed it to ultimate power to high performance. Wasn't a great deal of difference, but it always was benchmarking higher. I'll get into some of the changes that make it ultimate power later, but first, how do you get the latest version of Windows? All you do is just type in Insider. Insider, yep. Now what I done is I went to get started. I joined the Insider program, downloaded the latest version. I went to the fast ring. So this is the Spring Creators Update. See the transparencies now it has on the left here. And then once I installed the latest version, I went to the fast ring, give me the latest version of Windows. That's the option I selected. Then after I installed the latest version of Windows, which is the current one, I then just went to reset. And I went to reset this PC, and it just reset it to like a blank version of Windows, like a fresh copy. And then when it refreshed the PC, I wasn't actually in the Insider program. I have to actually go in and change it again if I want to continue with the Insider program. But you don't want to continue with it because you just want the latest version of Windows. You don't want all the future builds of the beta. You want the proper stable version. You don't want the future ones. And if you don't want to reset your PC, go back to the Windows Insider program, go in here and opt out of Windows Insider. But it's always best to refresh after you get the new version of Windows anyway. So that will get you on the latest version, Spring Creators Update of Windows Redstone 4, I think it is. And if we look here under System, version 1803, 17.133.1, and that is the latest version at the moment. So not only is this the latest version, this is Windows Pro for workstation, and as I showed you before, it has that power option of ultimate power. Now if I just go to ultimate performance, ultimate power, ultimate performance actually. So this is Windows 10 Pro for workstations. Now if I just have a look here, if we just look at the new features for this version, okay, so if you have the old version of Windows 10, you will not get the ultimate performance mode. You have to be on this latest version. Even if you got Windows Pro for workstation, it still has to be this latest version. So basically you get the ultimate performance mode, which Donosaka says demanding workloads on workstations always desire more performance. As part of an effort to provide absolute maximum performance, we're introduced a new power policy called Ultimate Performance. Windows has developed key areas where performance and efficiency trade-offs made in the OS over time were amassed as a collection of settings to allow the OS to quickly tune the behavior based on user preference, policy, underlying hardware or workload. The new policy builds upon the high performance policy, and it goes a step further to eliminate micro latencies associated with fine-grained power management techniques. The ultimate performance plan is selectable by OEMs on new systems, and there are like Dell, like Precision, like high-end workstations. You can get this Windows Pro for workstations, and I think there's some HPs that can get it as well. But the OEM on new systems or selectable by user. To do so, you go into the control panel and you just navigate to the power section and turn it on. Another reason you would want to go to Windows 10 Pro for workstations, there is a reason, and it's not the reason you're thinking. I'll tell you later. why you would want to go to this Windows 10 Pro for workstations. So how do you get Windows 10 Pro for workstations? Well, I just went to eBay, like seriously. And as you'll see, so I just went to eBay, typed in Windows 10 Pro for workstation and bought one of these license keys. Now all you do is just go to activation. Once you get one of these keys, and you just go to change product key. Now it may fail on the first time you do it, and then it will say go to the store to buy a license or something. And when you go to the store to buy a license, it's really weird because I'd done it on one computer and it just, it accepted it and it was no problems. But on another computer it failed and it said go to the Windows store to buy it. And I got this screen here, where is it? This is the screen. I know it's a bit blurry. I'll just zoom in a bit. Yeah, so I got this. And it said $215 upgrade to Windows 10 Pro for workstation. That's after I entered the key, and I thought, no, I bought a dud key from eBay. And by the way, I don't know where these keys come from. They are definitely legitimate. They do work. There is no problems with them. But that's eBay's problem, where they come from. I don't know where they come from. It should be costing me, this $215 to upgrade from Windows 10 Pro, and you've already paid for Windows 10 Pro. It's really expensive. It cost me like $20 on eBay or whatever. So if it does error and say go to the store to buy it, it'll take you to this page, and then it will say, do you already own a copy? And you say yes, and then you just punch in the key there and it will work. It may just work straight away without having to do this. Also here it tells you the differences between this and the Pro versions, because you can see here you got 4 extra ticks from the Pro version, and the 4 extra features are high performance file sharing, so SMB file transfers between PCs and servers, large data sets, all with the high through output, low latency and low CPU usage. So it's just a really advanced file sharing system, advanced networking, low latency, low CPU usage, SMB Direct. So that's probably more an enterprise thing, but if you do build a server later on, or you have a NAS or something like that, maybe this can advantage you. Also has resilient file system. So this is REFS. It has the option for that. So say for example, if I wanted to format a drive here and I go to format, I have the option here of REFS. And that is basically a real fault tolerant. It's like an enterprisey thing. It's sort of like the file systems they use on NAS and servers and stuff like that, and high-end workstations. So what it is it has like fault tolerance built in. So sort of like snapshots of your data. You shouldn't lose data with this. It all should be redundant, as long as there isn't a hardware failure, of course. It's also much better at managing very high volumes of data and stuff like that. You know, something you'll see in a data center, not a data center. A data center is where people go to date people. A data center is where your data goes. Anyway, it also has some persistent memory, enabling workloads and access important files, and speed of memory, high persistent memory hardware. And so just basically advanced memory support for these like non-volatile memories. And also this is where the workstation bit comes into it. It handles demanding workloads, high-end configurations, up to 4 CPUs. Windows Pro can only do 2 CPUs, so 4 CPUs, and up to 6 terabytes of memory. And I'm not sure, but Windows Pro does not support 6 terabytes of memory. I'm not sure how much it is, but it's got all these other functions that are more like enterprisey sort of things. But you know, if you're a geek, you might appreciate these sort of things. The thing I like most is this ultimate power mode or ultimate performance mode. It did make a difference in the benchmarks, but it was so minute, it was like margin of error. But every time I tested it, it was faster though. So there is something going on there. If you've got any ideas on how I can really test these micro latencies and see how much better it is, I suspect it's something like the gamer mode. Like you probably wouldn't be able to really tell the difference, but come on, we just want it because it says ultimate, and we press a button and we know we got better performance than these peasants with the high performance. In all seriousness, nah, not really. I can't tell the difference, to be honest. It probably is doing something, and maybe you'll need like super high-end hardware to get the most out of it. But it's there if you want to explore it. I've shown you how to get to the latest version of Windows now. You can do that right now. And I've shown you how you can get the Windows 10 Pro for workstation. Let me know what you guys think. I will definitely get back to you if I find out where I can get some performance gains and actually notice any in the future. If someone tells me to do some specific networking, random memory cache benchmark that, yeah, it may make an improvement. But other than that, I can't tell the difference. But hey, I've got the ultimate performance. And you too can have it. All right, so I told you there was another reason why you would want to choose this Windows 10 Pro for workstations, and that is no bloat. If you actually look at the start menu, you open the start menu, you will see that it's all productivity things there. There's no Candy Crush, no Netflix, whatever bloat they put on, it's not there anymore. So this is like one big reason you want to get this, because when you do a fresh install with this, like if you reset your computer, there'll be none of that Candy Crush Saga rubbish and all that crap. It is the cleanest, purest Windows 10 you're gonna get. Boom. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Just thought I'd let you know. Not many people know about this Windows 10 Pro for workstations. Something you might be interested in. If this was helpful, give me a thumbs up. I'd like to really thank you, champs, for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Tally ho.